Who doesn't love pasta? And who doesn't love a no prep, ready from start to finish in 20 minutes pasta dish that is perfect for absolutely everyone? What is up, you guys? It is Carly here, and you are officially cooking with Carly. Today we are talking about the recipe that put my name on the map as a food blogger. It is the Instant Pot Creamy Ziti. It is the most popular Instant Pot recipe on my website to date. There's probably been millions. Should I check? Let's check. Real time. Let's check. Let's look at this Instant Pot Creamy Ziti. 1,074,543 times. It's a lot of people making this recipe. Over 1 million people have made this recipe. Okay, is it a 5-star recipe? I feel like it's a 5-star recipe. Let's talk about the ingredients. We have just very simple ingredients. Oh, I'm missing one. Hold on. We just have very simple ingredients to make this extremely delicious dish. We have our pasta here, the ziti. If you can't find ziti or don't have any, the best substitute for this is penne. We have heavy cream, chicken broth. We have minced garlic. I usually use dried because that keeps on hand for a really long time. Salt, pepper, Parmesan cheese, some mozzarella cheese, and our red pasta sauce. Whatever you use for spaghetti is fantastic. Let's make our pasta. You are not going to believe how easy this is. I'm going to measure out 1.5 cups of chicken broth, and then we will measure out our heavy cream until it reaches 3 cups, and we'll know that we have 1.5 cups of each. And then that will go into the Instant Pot. Next, we'll go in 8 ounces of our pasta, and then 1 teaspoon of garlic, and then salt and pepper to season. Then we'll pressure cook for 6 minutes on high pressure, and then allow for a 6-minute natural pressure release before we turn that knob and release the rest of the pressure. Before locking your lid on and starting to pressure cook this, make sure you look inside and make sure that your pasta is completely covered with liquid. If there's any little pastas poking up, just use your finger or a spoon or something to put them back down. They need to be completely under the liquid in order for them to cook properly. You do not, however, want to actually come in with a big spoon and stir it. We want to just let everything sit exactly how it is. Let's put our lid on, and then we are going to cook this for 6 minutes, high pressure. I'm going to turn it on by pressing my manual button here. We're going to adjust the cook time until it says 6 minutes here. Let's set our vent up top over to ceiling, the knob, and now we just let it do its thing. Before we get to covering some of the most frequently asked questions about this recipe, I would like you to please, if you love pasta, to give me a thumbs up on this video, hit the red subscribe button and that notification bell so you do not miss out on any of my Instant Pot goodness that I am prepared to share with you. I don't know where that came from. It was just flowing out of me. Now let's tackle some of these frequently asked questions. Number 1, can I double this recipe? Yes. How you double a recipe, generally with any Instant Pot recipe, and this one specifically, is just doubling all of the ingredients, but the cook time stays the same. Another question that is asked frequently is how to add some protein to this dish, like chicken, sausage, ground beef, something of that nature. So if you're looking to add either sausage or ground beef, I would suggest while your Instant Pot is cooking here to go over to your stovetop and brown it up and then add it at the end right before serving. If you're wanting to add chicken to this recipe, it's actually perfect timing to just toss frozen chicken tenders on top of your pasta and you can cook everything at the same time. It is important to use frozen chicken tenders when adding it to this creamy ziti recipe because it has the same cook time as the pasta. If you use fresh chicken tenders, your chicken tenders are going to be quite dry and overcooked. And if you try to toss in a frozen or fresh chicken breast, your chicken's not going to be cooked through. And if you increase the cook time, your pasta is going to turn out mushy. So make sure to use frozen chicken tenders if you're going to cook it all together. There's a lot of controversy about cooking with dairy in your Instant Pot. And as you saw, I put in heavy cream. And let's talk about this for a second. The only dairy product you should put into your Instant Pot prior to pressure cooking is heavy cream. And that's because there's enough fat in the heavy cream. There's a high enough fat content that it will stabilize the dairy and it won't curdle. But if you try to substitute the cream with half and half or some milk that you have in your fridge, you're actually going to end up with a curdled mess. So do not try it. If you need to substitute it for something else because you don't have heavy cream on hand or you want to slim it down a bit, I actually have a skinny version of this recipe that calls for evaporated milk, and you can substitute the evaporated milk with half and half or milk, whatever you need. There's just a little bit different of a method for cooking your pasta, and I'll link that recipe below. Now that our Instant Pot has come to pressure and it's starting to cook, let's talk about what we're going to do after everything is finished and we have our cooked pasta inside of our Instant Pot. We are going to add 1 cup of red pasta sauce and stir that around really well, and then we will slowly add in our cheese. If you add it in too fast, it will fall to the bottom and just be like a cheesy mess on the bottom of your pot. So slowly add it so that we're thickening the sauce. I will say that this dish is very saucy. It's perfect for covering up that pasta and getting garlic bread and dunking it into your extra sauce. It is very saucy, totally cheesy, and absolutely delicious. So at 6 minutes, I released the pressure, and now we get to take a peek into our Instant Pot. This is exactly what it should be looking like in here. The pasta is cooked, and there is a small amount of liquid left in with the pasta. Let's add in 1 cup of our red pasta sauce. We'll stir and combine all of the sauce and liquid. We need to make sure that the heat from the pasta and from the pot heats up this red sauce enough so that we can melt our cheese. If you feel like yours has cooled down too much and it's not steaming anymore, or if your pasta sauce was in the fridge first, you may need to hit that saute button to heat it back up. Mine is still steaming, so we should be okay. I'm going to sprinkle in 1 cup of Parmesan cheese very slowly while stirring, and then 1/2 cup of mozzarella cheese, again, very slowly while stirring, and this will thicken up our sauce for us. It's important to stir in this cheese slowly so that it thickens up the sauce and it doesn't just fall through and melt the bottom of the pot. Next up, the mozzarella cheese. Let's talk about one thing really fast when it comes to the cheese. If time and time again you have problems with your cheese not thickening up the sauce, I would suggest to try shredding your own cheese. So instead of using prepackaged cheese like I am today, shredding your own cheese, that usually will do the trick. And you can also try to turn on that saute button, or turn on that saute feature to heat everything up while stirring, and that should help get that cheese mixed into the sauce. We're done. Can you believe it? That dish is completely finished. So I'm going to clean up my workspace really fast and dish some up so you can see for yourself. All right, here it is. It is so creamy, cheesy, delicious. This is a family favorite, toddler approved. You've got to make it. You're going to love it.